Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Pirillo, and I can't help but think there was something else I needed to do, and now I can't remember what the heck I wanted to do. I wanted to do something before this live stream started. I know it was, streaming in the other YouTube channel, which I just did. Y'all get 2 live videos today. I wanted to do the HTC U11 unboxing live, because it's easier to do unboxings live that way, to be able to answer questions from the audience as well as have interactivity. But I was hoping that it would just end at like a half hour. The problem is I didn't know that I didn't have network connectivity for the HTC U11 Life. Oops. My bad. Did not know that. I will move on. But this is the phone that I just unboxed in the other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Lockergnome is the channel you're in now. The other channel is youtube.com/Chris Pirillo. FYI, although I think a few people were waiting here for this live stream to start, the daily TLDR broadcast, as we do every weekday here in this channel. You can join Super Chat by heading over to either patreon.com/Chris Pirillo or twitch.tv/Chris Pirillo and then be a part of the video. Chris, how do you deal with late night hunger pangs? Vartan3 asks, I eat. In fact, Jedi called me for comida. I already ate earlier, but then Jedi and I were playing. She wanted me to play with her, and I got her like the 6-pack of Star Wars figures, the tall 12-inch figures. They normally sell for $50, but I found a special where they were available all for $13. So like buy one get 4 free. Buy one get 5 free. It was the only way to get the 12-inch K2SO. So yeah, of course I didn't eat the rest of my dinner, and I played with my daughter. R. Schultz asks, Chris, did you order the Jedi the Fire tablet kids while it was $70 yesterday? Yes, as a matter of fact, R. Schultz 23, I did, but shame on you for not telling me yesterday. What if I would have missed that? Oh, I'd have been so upset. Yeah, as much as I really don't want to expose Jedi to too much technology, we will limit her exposure greatly, but it was a good deal. $70 for, what is it, a Fire 8 for kids tablet thing. It comes with a year worth of the Amazon Free Time service for kids. We'll try it. It's got Star Wars on there, so I'm happy about that. Apps and games and books and, all sorts of fun stuff. So, if we can limit her exposure and, potentially have her, feel some ownership of a computer around here, I think everyone is going to be happy. So instead of her wanting mommy's device to watch a video, she'll be able to have her tablet in the car, for example. So that's basically what it's going to come down to. I would have appreciated getting a review unit for it, but $70... not that bad of a deal. I think they will replace it up to 2 years for pretty much any damage, no questions asked, because kids, and handling technology. Alberto Lopez comes in with the first super chat. He breaks through that barrier. He says, I love you and appreciate you, Chris. Please. Yes, I love you and appreciate you, Alberto, as well. I've definitely had my differences of opinion many times over. Suffice it to say, yesterday for me was a good day. That's all I'm going to say. Yesterday was a good day. Element 7 has a chat. He says, I tweeted about this to you. Did you see Xiaomi may release a phone that has iPhone X's notch? I'm so sad. Why? Why? Why is this a trend? Why? Riddle me this. Why is this a trend? Marble Dash asks, what do you think of the dry ice on a Chromebook? It survived from the King of Random on YouTube. I have no idea what you're talking about. Pezliz asks, is your online persona your main business outside of the website? My online persona? I guess so. I mean, I just do things. I guess that's my online persona. I don't know how that sounds. Unblock you on Facebook and Twitter. Oh, God, you're killing me, Alberto. Fine. I don't normally do that. Usually, I did a lot of blocking last year. I admittedly did a lot of blocking. It was a very tough year. It's been a tough year this year too. But okay, fine. I'll do it, but I gotta do the broadcast. Liz, remind me, please. Liz, you're gonna have to remind me. Why am I getting pings? Who's pinging me? Look, I got nothing but a screen full of notifications telling me I'm doing live streams tonight. Live stream, yep. Live stream, yep. Live stream, yep. Ask Google to remind you. I should, yeah. I should tell you this. So, this is what I'm going to mention in tonight's broadcast. I'm still in the process of setting things up, but I did two things today. One, I didn't really do this, but I got this. Let me show you. Right here. I got my Pixel 2 XL out replacement. This is the new Pixel 2 XL. This is the brand new one. Alberto's ruling the super chat. Woo! Thank you, Alberto. Pixel 2. That, and by the way, you can't do that. It's just I've known Alberto for a while, and I think he's finally potentially understanding the direction I'm coming from. Although Alberto, you still don't know. 90% of the things no one's ever gonna know. You're just never gonna know. And unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to discuss a lot of the things. But anyway, I got my replacement. It is brand new, out of package. And I'm in the process of kind of getting everything moved over and migrated. And hopefully that'll be a process that I'll complete. If not tonight, then tomorrow. Not that it takes a while to restore everything. But I wanted to, I've got to make sure everything gets moved over and everything gets cleaned off before I send this one back to the Googles. Out of the gate, I wouldn't say that the screen is necessarily any better on the new Pixel that I was sent, minus maybe one thing. I noticed, and I haven't had a chance to fully test this yet. Actually, give me a second. I wonder if I'm logged into Discord here. All right, chat, everybody here, entertain the live stream for like maybe 20 seconds or 10 seconds. I'm going to walk into the other room. I'm going to get my new Google Pixel 2 XL and bring it back in here. I had to install the 8.1 beta, so I haven't even had a chance to try the new patch because that was the only way to restore what it was that I had. So I'm going to get my phone right now and then walk back into the room to show you kind of what's going on. And if you don't know what's going on, this is exactly what's happening. I've got my phone. So this is the new Google Pixel 2 XL compared to the old one, right? This is what I wanted to check. I wanted to check the Discord chat. Am I still... Dang it, I still got to authenticate. All right, I haven't had a chance to set this all up yet. But what I was going to mention is that at low brightness levels... Let me turn the volume down on that. On low brightness levels, Discord chat, the background looks almost like textured wallpaper, textured paper. And I wanted to see if it had the same effect on here as it did on my very first device. And I'm not sure if it will or not. So I'll report back to you on screen quality after I've had a chance to run it through the ringer. But the first thing I did when I got this device was put on a screen protector. That was number one. And so I'm very grateful that Zag came through for me. And they sent 2 glass curves, and I'm glad they did because I think I kind of messed up the first one. And not through any fault of their own. It's just dust got underneath it, and I tried to clean off the dust. They've got a really nice way of applying their screen protectors. So kudos to them. It's probably one of the easier screen protector placement experiences that I've had. Because they give you these like 2 side tabs to place directly down on the sides. And it says that it's got custom curve fit, smooth silky feel. It feels like the natural glass. Impact and scratch protection, that was number one, and I'll explain or re-explain to those who have not been paying attention. Precision touch and high definition clarity, smudge resistant and easy application. That's true, the easy application. 9H hardness there. We got a super chat. Corey Moore! Oh my god! Comes in with the beefy super chat of the evening. He says, sorry I missed, and I'm a vegan, so when I say beefy, that's like a big deal. He says, sorry, maybe I need to come up with the hummusy? No, it just doesn't have the same ring to it. The tofu-ish. Let's just stick with beefy. Sorry I missed the U11 unboxing, but happy to be here now. Corey Moore, I'm very happy that you are here with me. You'll be happy to know, as I mentioned in tonight's unboxing of the HTC U11 Life, Sunday, we're going to do a live video in the Chris Pirillo YouTube channel, the iPhone 10 device drive. So within an hour to 4 hours, I'm going to try to raise money from the community effectively to go funnel it into the fund to go and get an iPhone 10. You will effectively make an iPhone 10 review happen. Not Apple, not me, but you. And so the power's in your hands. The control is in your hands. All those funds that we generate on Sunday in Super Chat would go and be applied to the iPhone 10. But if we don't make the goal of the iPhone 10, those basically the Super Chats that are generated there, everything basically gets assumed back into the business, paying for electricity, paying for this, paying for that. So hopefully we'll be able to make the goal of the iPhone 10. Because I think that's the best way to do it. Unfortunately, there's no perfect way of doing it. Of course, you're more than welcome to join in Discord and be a Twitch sub, or a patron. But that's the general plan right now. So I was happy to apply, or to have the glass curve on hand. Happy to have two, as I mentioned. And the second time, I definitely kind of knew better as to where I wanted to place it. So that being said, there are not a lot of accessories for the Google Pixel 2 or the Pixel 2 XL right now. I don't even know if there are even going to be a lot of accessories. That's a big concern. I mean, moving from the iPhone where there's accessories, aplenty, not so much with the Google Pixels, at least the second series. I don't know if we will see any accessories that I would want to use, but it was suitable. I've seen a couple of other screen protectors recommended, including the ones that you wet and you place on there. I don't know if I'm going to use that. I actually have. I bought one on Amazon, but I'm nervous. I don't like using those wet to apply things because they just have this kind of gummy feel to them, and I don't like the gummy feel at all. A couple of things about their screen protector. One, it's got this very weird... And again, it's working. It's protecting the phone. I feel confident about that. But if you can't tell, let's see here. Let me place it up against this white here. So it's got a black border. Why? Why is there a black border? That makes absolutely zero sense. I don't know who decided that, but it was the wrong decision to make. Why? Because you had to be dead on... You had to be dead on accurate in order to not lose any screen real estate. So that's where I screwed up the first placement. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, it can't go that low, and then it just didn't work. So, number one, there's no reason to have a black border on this thing. Absolutely not. One. Two, I think they did a better job with the bottom part and covering things than the top part. They basically have this notch cut out to accommodate the speaker as well as the sensor and the camera. But unfortunately, this is a big unfortunate thing. Where I got my oleophobic scratch on the first device that'll be sending back on RMA based on burn-in, as well as for Google to take a look at this, because I reported it, and other people did too. You saw the video, or not the video, the article was posted by Nexus Ben on 9 to 5 Google. That article was then reposted effectively by other Android outlets, so that's why it's gotten a lot of attention. It got a lot of attention because I brought it to Ben's attention. So other people are having the same problem I am with their Pixel 2 XL screens. But my quote-unquote smudge, my scratch, happened outside of where this would be covered. So I don't even know if the screen protector is going to fully... I don't feel fully protected with the glass curve. I feel mostly protected, but based upon the location of my scratch and where it's not covered here, I don't feel fully protected with their screen protector. That's just me being honest. Flat out honest. I like having it. I'm very grateful for having it. I will have it in place until, maybe another one comes around. I don't know if it will or when, but I'd rather have something on, and I'm very grateful that it is ZAG, and this, in my estimation right now, is about the best screen protector you can get for your Google Pixel 2 XL. So those are two things, and I'm just like, huh? The third thing I'll mention is that there's this kind of a dot pattern that you can't see when you're not looking. I mean, when you're using the phone, it's not as apparent. But like when the screen is black or everything is off, let me go into Flamingo here. And yeah, when the screen's black, it really shows up. I mean, especially at an angle. Not that I look at an angle all that much. But like straight on, it's not as perceivable, but there's this weird dot pattern on the device. And I guess I got to get used to it. I don't really, have a massive problem with it, but it was just something that I was just like, what? Why is there kind of a dot pattern to it? So I'd be curious to know why there's a dot pattern to it underneath. But yeah, I mean, it's mostly protected. It feels natural. I would rather have a screen protector on than not. Was really appreciative that I was able to do it before before I started using the device. But you basically have to turn the device on before you can place the screen, because otherwise you may be cutting off parts of the screen. And I'm not even sure if I completely nailed it, as well as I could have. But it seems like it's pretty darn close. So there's just a couple things. Those are some things that have happened to me today. Get gift cards. Go.tagjag.com/free points. You can do that on your Android device or your iOS device. And that's, if you want to know what I'm going to be doing later tonight, it's specifically going to be setting up the rest of the new phone, the new old phone. Someone says that's an issue of the LG OLED displays. No, that can't be an issue with the OLED displays, because I haven't had a screen protector on my old one, and there's no dot pattern. There's no dot pattern to this. So it's not the LG display at all. Glad you didn't have the phone in your hand when you saw that super chat. Why? Oh, God, what was it? Well, I gotta scroll back now. Crud. Most glass screen protectors have the solid borders to hide adhesive. Most of them only have adhesive around these edges in my experience. Okay, so that's two things that are explained. Okay, thank you. That does make sense, because that's where the adhesive is. There's no adhesive on this particular part of the product, just the edges. So I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. It's on. I'm protected, I guess. I'm fine. I dropped the box. What did I drop? I dropped the box? Oh, that's how you do a super chat. Yeah. There's Corey. Oh, I see what you're talking. When Corey Moore. Got it. Okay. What else was I going to mention? Okay, we mentioned go.tagjag.com/free points. Mentioned the screen protector. Mentioned setting up the Android device. Was there anything else? Or am I caught up? Am I finally caught up? Am I fully caught up? Am I good? That's awesome. Call for help returns. What? No. Well, that was an old video there. Such a weird design of a screen protector. Spigen does a better job with glass screen protectors. I don't think they have Spigen, whatever its name is. I don't think they had a screen protector for the 2XL. And I say that because I went looking for a solid screen protector that I could use. And I'm very grateful, like I said, that Zag effectively replied to my request. So it's to their credit that they did. I'm probably just being too picky. But you know what? That's the thing. I think that's what you want me to be. You'd rather have me be too picky and talk about the things that, not just the positives, but also the potential shortcomings of a product, especially if it was sent to me. Let me put it this way. It's going to be on there. It's not coming off. Not anytime soon. Oh, now I got to get all caught up with my Google Photos. It's doing the resyncing thingy. Mostly caught up. Yep. Oh, there's my live notification. Notification's working. Well, that was weird. See, that's the thing. Sometimes I wonder, when I get a touch issue, I always wonder if it's an issue with the touch sensitivity. Although the touch sensitivity seems fine. I mean, like, it seems responsive enough, but I always wonder when I have touch jitter if it is an issue introduced by the screen protector versus something with the actual oh God, I know the name of this, the digitizer. But yeah, it's just as fast. This phone is just as fast as my first one, and has a slightly better screen. Like in terms of hopefully not having oleophobic problems, the coating problems that I ran into on the first one. Now I hate setting up devices as new devices. I really do. MJ21MLB says, you help me see the iOS jank, Chris Pirillo, so I like when you are picky about things. It might help people. Well, that's what I'm saying. So did Zag send Chris an early one? It's not on their website in the UK. Possibly. I thought they were on the website. They were just sold out. Skycop70 has the Zag on his Pixel 2 XL for 2 weeks now, no problems. So there you go. I haven't like I said, I haven't seen any issue. I basically swiped to wipe away a notification and saw some kind of like a weird jitter thing going on. I don't know if that was me or it. It was probably, I'm guessing it was me though. Oh man. I'm kind of obsessive when it comes to keeping a clean screen. Shows you how much I've been using my iPhone, huh? Like it's all muddy and dirty and blah. And you know, I kind of get used to the I got used to the fingerprint sensor on the back of the phone pretty quickly over using an iPhone for all these years. How much did the screen protector cost? You'd have to look up the website for pricing. Let me put it this way: it's pretty much one of the only games in town right now. That was everything to me. You know, in terms of a screen protector that I would want to use that goes on easy, that protects. I am concerned about the screen having an issue. The dot matrix can also be adhesive, possibly, but I didn't feel any adhesive. Well, it's not adhesive-y here on this part of the screen. I do wonder what it is. It's just a pattern. It hasn't thrown me off yet though, in just average use. So I'm not going to be terribly concerned about it. Will Diana get your iPhone 8 Plus? No, right now this is pretty much a backup go-to device. The iPhone 8 Plus. I'm keeping it up to date and everything like that. But especially when I'm going back and forth between the two devices, it just does feel nice to have some amount of backup that I didn't have before. I appreciate having that. Beyond that, though, I know that it's not going to see much, usage as much as it has in the past. I would say that 99.9% of the time I'm on my Pixel 2 XL. And that's because it's a very usable software experience. In fact, when I switch back and forth between the Pixel 2 XL and the iPhone 8 Plus, it's very difficult to use iOS. It's very difficult to use because I see things that I always saw before, but you don't realize how bad something is until you see something good. And I would say that the Pixel 2 XL has been a relatively jank-free experience. Relatively. Not perfectly jank-free experience, but a relatively jank-free experience. Now, when you go back and forth between the two, the difference is night and day. iOS is so wildly unpolished. And I'm even running like the latest beta, too. I've tried every version, but the latest beta of iOS 11.2... Oh, bless Apple's hearts. It's not perfect. That is faux shizzle. Did you keep the replacement on the 8.0 to try the saturated color mode? I can't get to the saturated color mode. As I mentioned as I was leaving the room, I'm on 8.1 beta. I can't go back to 8.0. I couldn't restore my 8.1 stuff on a device that was running 8.0. So I basically had to upgrade it and then reset it to effectively restore it the way that I wanted to restore it. So I'm going to have to wait until later this month before I get the update. One thing I have noticed, and maybe this is just, maybe it's me, maybe it's not. The blue shift, it seems to be about the same, but I also know that the screen protector may be adding something to that, like in terms of what is visible and what's not. Like the viewing angle is slightly different, like in terms of visibility on the with the screen protector. But between the two, you can definitely see where the screen protector is adding a bit of texture to the phone, which is a little maddening. Hang on. Yeah. See, I see smudges come pretty easily there, and I can't tell if it's the screen protector or if it's the screen itself. And I'm inclined to believe it's the screen protector, not the screen itself, that may be an issue. Of course, if it is an issue, I'd want to find out sooner rather than later. But like I see this like a smudge in the middle of the screen that I can't necessarily get to. And I would hope that, and I investigated the screen. I took a picture of the screen before I installed the screen protector to make sure that nothing was off. So I would imagine that is the screen protector, not the screen itself. Oh man, it just makes me nervous now that I had the problem happen once and I got blamed for it. Give me a moment. Yeah, it would drive you nuts. Yeah, it's potentially driving me nuts. Oh man, and this was my backup too, because I didn't get the first screen protector installed the way I wanted it to. It seems like it's like a line that runs down the middle. And here's the thing. Maybe after a day's time, when the screen protectors had a chance to settle, like directly on the screen, it won't be as much of an issue. Louis Patino says, I just signed up for Twitch subscription. Can you let me in Discord chat? Give me a moment. Let me synchronize the server settings here. I'm not logged into Discord yet on the new device, so I will go here. Server settings. Boy, Discord really needs to improve a lot on their mobile app experience. 142 subscribers as of 7:25 p.m. So I'll synchronize now, and it's loading. So maybe give it a couple of minutes, and then you should be able to follow the directions, and then join us. It's easy. Speaking of Jerry, I think we've nailed down next week as a live TLDR hangout. Next week on Friday, I think, is when we're going to do it. Just so you know. For everybody who's curious and wants to do the whole hangout thing with us again, we'd be happy to have you there. It'd be really nice to see you with us. And, maybe you never were there with the Geek Outs before, but I want to do the hangout because it's just a lot easier to have handled here than anywhere else. Hang on just a second. What's this? Oh, weird. Okay. Yes, Liz is going to be arriving tomorrow. Have I seen the Tangus pad for screen cleaning? It's really nice. I have not. Tangus, though? That's the name of it? Or Targus? I remember the old Targus brand. Someone mentions they say that iOS 11.1 is running well on your phone. That's great. I'm glad. I can tell you it's running fine on my phone as well. The thing is that the iPhone does not run as nicely with iOS as does the Pixel 2 XL with Android. That's what my eyes see. I don't have to look very hard to see these massive discrepancies between the two platforms. Some people don't want to hear that. And it's difficult to explain that to someone who hasn't had that experience in person, but I see these differences and they're like night and day. It's difficult to move between the two. Very difficult. And I don't know if that's because of the OLED screen on the Pixel 2 XL versus the LCD screen on the iPhone 8 Plus, or if that would necessarily be mitigated with the OLED screen on the iPhone 10. I genuinely do not know. I certainly would hope that it's going to get better with the OLED technology and a better responsiveness of iOS, because I still see so much frame droppage on the iPhone 8 Plus, even with the newer versions of iOS. It's leather and it really cleans your screen. I don't buy leather products, not anymore. Had someone here mentioned in the YouTube chat. He says they should send you a Razer phone. It looks amazing and great price. Okay, Louis, you need to watch TLDR yesterday or the day before. I told you how to help me get the Razer phone by tweeting the CEO who asked for recommendations of who they should send a Razer review unit to. So here we are talking about that again. There you go. Thank you. Liz just linked off to the CEO. So you can go to that tweet there that was just posted in the comments. You can go there if you're in Discord. Hit reply. Say, yes, Chris Pirillo, at Chris Pirillo. See, you can control my destiny. You can control your destiny, too. Everyday Izzy says, my 2-year-old OnePlus 3 runs smoother than day-to-day than my 8 Plus. That's my feeling. The OnePlus, what is it, the 5T is also on my radar. So it's possible that if I can't get the iPhone 10 and I can't get a review unit for a OnePlus, I'm pushing for it. those funds may end up going to a OnePlus device. I'd like to give it a shot. I don't know if it would become a daily driver. I mean, this is an amazing software experience on the Pixel 2 XL, and it's a solid camera experience more than anything. Hope everyone doesn't mind, but I'm going to go ahead and start winding down. I know it's shorter than normal today, but we did also have a 40-minute live stream in the other YouTube channel tonight. I just want to kind of keep things moving. I want to get my phone set up. I've got a lot of cleaning up that I also need to do. But thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you for interacting. Thank you for becoming a patron or a sub if you want to join Discord chat 24/7. The links, of course, are in the video's description. I'm not going to be recording a podcast tonight because, again, time is kind of crunched at the moment. Plus, I already posted a podcast to the podcast feed, as it were. If you follow my podcast or you listen to my podcast in whatever podcast client you choose to use, that's cool. But yeah, I'll be back again tomorrow evening, same typical time, I think, or it should be. So tune in. Keep tuning in. Thanks again for watching both channels. I love you. I appreciate you. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you.